seems like no matter how hard I try, it just doesn't, it just comes back. It just comes back. And I just realized, well, you know what? Maybe, oh, please, please, I gotta laugh now. Maybe this is just the way I am. This is just the way uh, this ego mind, this ego body, that's just the way it is. It's going to be this way. I'm not going to change. What makes me think I'm going to change it? That's crazy. It makes no sense whatsoever. So, having gone from that to this perpetual self-improvement project, like right now, my hair, this perpetual self-improvement project. And what is it I'm trying to improve in for why? For what? My goodness, am I going to go become a swimsuit model or something? I don't think so. So why go through all that? I mean, does it make me feel better? No, it makes me miserable. It makes me feel better if it succeeded, but in the meantime, sacrifice. What's the point of that? Anyway, Sharon has her hand up. Go ahead, Sharon. You gotta unmute yourself. Unmute yourself. Oh, I could do it for you, but I can't. No. Did you want to say something, Sharon?
Yeah, I wanted to say I keep walking away because I have the earbuds in my ear, but you shouldn't worry about your voice if it's helping you. If it's helping you, why would you not, continue taking it, the medicine?
Yeah, well, I think it's
That's
helping.
just loving yourself. I mean, you don't sound much, you have a gorgeous voice, so that's a benefit. It's soothing. If it helps you, I would do it. Doesn't bother me.
Well,
I don't know.
thank you, Sharon. Thank you for that. And Bob says what you are needs no improvement. Exactly. So yeah, that's it. I don't know what anything is for. I don't know what it's for. So, why am I trying so hard? That whole idea of striving, it's just ridiculous. I see three people with their hands up, Mickey, Rafi, and Charles. Mickey first, go ahead, then Rafi, then Charles.
Hello, my darlings, and hi, Lynn. Hang on, let me turn on my video. So, hi.
Yes. Are you wearing purple too?
What's that?
You're wearing purple too.
I am wearing my purple. Um, what? See, now I've got it.
All right, you can.
There we go. I
I
think
get
I think I'm good now. Um, what is going to make you feel good? And not feel good about your mini me self. Um, that's my latest little phrase. There's mini me, and then there's my capital S self, and this is mini me. And what's guided by your higher self to make you feel better? Are you going to feel better eating chocolate cake? Or
Yeah.
you feel going to feel better being, like have 20 pounds less on your frame? What's going to make you feel good? Not just for a minute though. Like when I don't eat hardly any kinds of things anymore. It's not that I want to lose weight. It's, people have doctors or my kinesiologist have said, if you stop eating wheat, your joints aren't going to hurt like they were. The day that I had to reach my left hand over to turn the ignition in my car because this joint was so swollen and I inflamed and felt like it was made out of flames. It was so hot to the touch. It's like if you don't stop eating wheat, this is just going to keep getting worse. I'm like, okay, maybe I want to be able to use this hand a little bit. So maybe I'm not going to eat wheat, and I tried it, and lo and behold, yeah, it's no longer feeling bad. Would I like a piece of chocolate cake? Yeah, it's going to make me feel good for a minute, or maybe 20 minutes, or maybe the 5 minutes that it takes to eat it. But, the body's the body. The body's doing weird things the older I get, whatever. But do I want it to be a functioning vehicle? Like, do I want my car to run? Yeah, I'm going to get it once a year. I get the oil changed and I get it inspected and they tell me if anything's wrong with it. Do I want to not skid down the street on tires that are like slick as a dinner plate? You know, yeah, I'm going to take care of the car. I'm going to take care of this car, and give it what it needs to function properly. And that's all we can go by. Is the vehicle working?
Yeah.
Is it working okay? Yeah. Then I'll do whatever I feel like. Is it not working okay? All right, I'm going to do what a couple of people suggest I do and see if it works better. But it's guidance. Guidance comes from everywhere. And we do whatever we think, do I care if your voice sounds a little raspier? Some people call that sexy. Like, oh,
There
I
you
like your
go.
I like your smoky voice.
Entering a new phase. Fat and sexy. I like it.
you know, like it, do what makes you feel good and better, but that's still not what we are.
Yeah.
I am not mini Mickey. I'm not mini me. I'm what comes from my higher self. If that's what makes me feel good, that's what makes me feel good. We got all we can do is listen to guidance and do what we're guided to do. Anyway, that's my spiel, and I'm sticking to it.
Sandy, take that in the room.
Thank you.
Sorry about that. I'm getting a delivery here. Yeah, and you know what the thing is, Mickey? Um, uh, it's all about deciding really who am I and what's going on here. And if what's going on here is that I'm a body and I need to take care of it, um, then that's what's going on. But you know what? I think, if we change our mind about being this body, then who's going to take care of it? I think that's a big question. That's what that course of love business we were asking, who is it that's really here doing this stuff? And if I think that that losing weight, I mean, it comes all with this whole, it all comes with a price, and we call that price sacrifice. Tells us sacrifice is not necessary in this world. And so if I have to feel like I have to sacrifice in order to be happy, then I'm barking up the wrong tree. And so I think there's a whole nother lesson for me here. And I thank you for everything you said. Perfect, Mickey. Exactly. This is how, this is the enigma, right? This is the enigma. Rafi, please go. Rafi, then Charles, then Danny. Oh, then Sharon, then Danny. Go ahead, Rafi.
Yeah, what I do when I feel myself starting to identify with the body is I look in the mirror and say, okay, you're not me, you're not true, you're just an image. You're here to do a job, you're here to serve like everything is, and you're not here at all. And you're perfect, and I love you. Leave it alone. Because all of the stuff that happens in the body is just another projected thought image like everything else. So what's going on with the body starts in the mind, and the body's just a trigger to show you that you got stuff in your head in your mind that needs to be corrected. Um, And Lester Levinson used to say, if you get to the point where you're really quiet and say, and when the mind is totally quiet and you say, I'm perfect, the body will be absolutely perfect. Because then you're in charge and your mind's not running the show. And if you're, but, and if you and if you can get back to, it's here to serve just like everything else. It isn't what I am. It's only an image. Leave it alone. Thank you very much. I love you. Who is seeing the image in the mirror? The body's not seeing the image in the mirror. What's what the life within the body is what's when you were a little kid and you looked in the mirror, you saw an image. When you grew up, you were a teenager, you looked in the mirror, you saw an image. When you became an adult, you looked in the mirror and you saw an image. You're not the image, you're the one that's seeing the image.
Absolutely.
Thank you.
Absolutely. Thank you, Rafi. Absolutely. Beautiful, beautiful, beautiful. Charles, welcome. Welcome, welcome, friend. Come on
Thank
in.
you.
Got to say to us.
I'm loving this so far. Thank you so much. It's a beautiful subject because I'm constantly in a relationship with my body being a certain age. I get various different things calling for my attention, you might say, right? And since I'm in relationship with it, I always remember that the Holy Spirit is the interpreter of all relationships I have. And as I offer to the Holy Spirit, well, what's your interpretation of all this? And how can I give this over to you that you may facilitate the coming of peace thereof? And I can release that and then still have the dessert. I can release that and still feel whatever I'm feeling at the moment. So I know that he knows me as love, but I don't see myself as that. I see myself as one who struggles. So I give forth a call for a miracle. And in that miracle, I see it as an expression of something that I can share with my brothers and sisters as you're sharing with us right now. And in that sharing with us right now, you're creating a lot of love in our hearts for miracles in our lives as well. So it's really important that we share how we feel so that we can inspire others to find miracles in their relationships too. So your open and honesty is such a beautiful, refreshing. You're not trying to be this holy, higher, but you're just like the rest of us and the same struggles and everything else. But we all have the Holy Spirit, the one who knows the truth we all share together as one. And when we do remember to say, this is, take this from me and let me not see this as a sign of sin or death, but give it to you that you may facilitate the coming thereof, the peace thereof, and trust in faith that whatever you're going through will be used to help many others. And you'll always be blessed in all your sharings. And never be afraid to share how you feel because it really helps us to realize our relationship with the Holy Spirit's just as important. So thank you. I'm complete.
Thank you, Charles. Wow, thank you so much. That was just so beautiful. And yes, absolutely. We're here together for the relationship. And you mentioned the relationship with the body, the relationship with everything. I'm here for the relationship with you. And I'm so grateful that you came to the relationship. That's the purpose of everything that we do here, is to be able to join together in this one place. So thank you, and you're so welcome, Charles. Sharon, please go ahead. She no,
Okay, I
she's
was going to say that in regards to what Mickey said, um, gluten swells me up. It just does. And when I have quinoa, I got like addicted to quinoa with every meal. I just take it. It's what I'm doing more, and I'm not doing it to lose weight. It's just more plant-based diet. So I can have a lot of vegetables and stuff because when I had wheat, yes, I think it was yesterday or the day before, I do swell up. I swell up and I can see it. And I think when we age, we want to come from the I am presence. And what would you want to give, God, giving God, like the food. all the preservatives and stuff, it's just not healthy. So, and a lot of people ignore that, but it doesn't make you any less who you are, but it's about having an easier time in the planet. There's a book called Wheat Belly, and it's all about how wheat is a lot more harmful than people realize, but maybe not for everyone, but I have issues with it. So anyway, thanks. That's all.
Thank you, Sharon, for that, and bringing up the specific thing of wheat. And I think about awakening together, and the symbol for the awakening together, NTI, is a sheaf of wheat. Wheat has been symbolic throughout our evolution, the bread of life. And now we're declaring that the bread of life is poison and it's causing my body to do bad things. Isn't that ironic? How it can be turned from a thing that, when Jesus said, eat of this bread, it is my body. We've associated it for so long with a spiritual situation, and then now it's a poison, and it's destroying our lives. I don't, I'm not saying anything about that. I'm just saying, isn't that ironic? Isn't that ironic how we have taken everything that is good and made it into a destructive force? And I wonder if we decided to see it differently, if that would change the effect. Because if I'm looking at it and I'm saying, what can harm a son of God? And I mean, it says it in the Bible even. You can take up snakes and be bitten and still be fine. If you are clear in your sense of self in God. So it's not the wheat. It's not, I mean, that Sandy just brought in my monthly, vitamins and all that business. It's not those things. It's not this. It's not the exercise. It's none of those things that will make the difference. When I know that nothing can harm me, then, and Jesus told me this, okay, I'm telling you this for real. Jesus told me this when I used to work in the nuclear industry. Some of you know this. I used to work at a place called Rocky Flats, which is a place where we refined plutonium for nuclear weapons. So, 20 years of my life was spent building nuclear weapons and handling nuclear material, plutonium, which is highly, highly poisonous, toxic, probably the most toxic substance on the planet. All right. But of course, you didn't handle it by hand. You had glove boxes and all this business. So you don't actually touch it, but you're close to it and you're near it. And one night when I was at work, gee, this is, don't be afraid. I saw Jesus in the glove box. Inside of the box where all the radioactive material was, and contamination, and just deadly, deadly. And Jesus was there. And I said, Jesus, what are you doing in there? Don't you know that's deadly? And he picked up a piece of plutonium in his hand, which is a beautiful metal. It's more beautiful than platinum or gold or silver. It has a glow of its own. That's not a joke, because I mean, it just is a beautiful material. He picked that up in his hand and he said, Lynn, a time will come when you will be able to wear jewelry made with this. You will be able to put this on your body as jewelry, and it will not harm you. And at that time, I thought I was nuts. I thought, Jesus, I mean, I had this whole experience in this place. And now, many years later, this was back in the late 80s, early 90s. So now I'm finally getting it. Yeah, the toxicity is in my mind. That is not a toxic thing. That's in my mind. All of it is. Anyway, that's what I think. And I see Danny has his hand up, and Charles and Sharon, did you still want to speak? Go ahead, Danny.
No, no, I didn't take it down. I'm sorry.
Yeah, that's all right. Okay, good. Thank you.
I'm so inspired by what people are saying and the wisdom and the beauty and the joining and the relationship and the truth and the sharing. It's the oneness. We experience it now. And I was thinking I wanted to share with you what happened to me yesterday. Um, lately, when I kind of started free, being freed from the thought form that was in my mind from age 14, and now I'm like a little child. So things are starting happening in my life. So I'm riding my bike uh, on the way to the nursing home because I used to volunteer there when I, um, I felt good, but then for the last years I couldn't because of my problems. But anyway, I'm riding my bike and with the intention to visit the residents and share love with them. And there is one particular resident whom I feel a lot of connection with. And I was praying to, you may say, the Holy Spirit, but for me, it's just the oneness, the infinite, the right mind, whatever concept or name we use. So I really said, you take care of this. I'm not in charge of this visit because I don't want to put my will, my personal kind of interests there. I want you to direct me. And I came with that intention. And actually, there is a guy there. His name is Ellen. And all I knew about him was that he worked as a dishwasher at Ithaca College, where I used to teach for 33 years. I was teaching mathematics and he was washing the dishes, and we did not know about each other. I'm now 76 years old and he's about 60, I think. So the last few times he was turned off because, we are singing there once a week. We have a group that goes to sing, and I kind of touched his body gently with something just showing, and he really kind of got like that and turned away and didn't sit with us. He was sitting far away for quite a while. And then I was inspired to ask him a few weeks ago, would you like me to come and read with you? Because I thought something may be really interesting for both of us. And he said yes. And then I came, and when I came by him, he said, no, I don't want to. That was like maybe 2 weeks ago. But this time, when I was riding my bike up the hill, I came with an open mind, not even with the intention to meet with Ellen. I did not think to meet with him. But I didn't think that it will happen, but he was waiting for me in by the reception person, not for me. He was sitting there with his head down. So I came down to him and I kneeled and I asked, would you like us to communicate, to talk together? He said, yes. And I asked, can I bring you to this bench that before I went? Well, he said, yes. Everything was yes. And then we sat together and then he told me, and that's the miracle. He started sharing with me about his life. He said he was homeless when he was 17, 18 years old for 7 years in Ithaca, New York. He was living under the bridges and in the jungle. And then some kind person gave him this job at Ithaca College. And he worked there for 33 years. And we connected on a soul level. And that's what we are doing right now. We, like before I came here, I started feeling, oh, again, this depression is starting. So I went to sleep. I went to put my head and I slept very good, for like 20 minutes. And then I was thinking, oh, there is this radio station. maybe there's a problem today. Ha ha. Well, I joined you now, you know. And all of this, you see, those are some scars. They are hidden subconscious tendencies in our subconscious mind. That's all that it is. All the world is some scars. Because in reality, there is only truth and beauty and love and God. And that's what we are doing when we are sharing in all of your words, like Roberts and Rafi and Charles and everyone, and Lynn, you know what a gift you are giving us by doing this, organizing and helping out with this. Compare this to losing weight. What is this and that? Come on. So I'm complete. Thank you.
Yeah, you are so. Thank you, thank you, thank you so much, Danny. What a treasure you are, and how grateful I am that you've joined us. It's such a wow, such a wonderful thing that it is a mitzvah, absolutely, and it is a blessing. And I'm just so grateful for you and everything you said, and that whole conversation with the janitor. Yes, isn't that something? Isn't that something? Just think if you knew this person, if you had daily conversations with this person, just think, I mean, I don't want to make anybody sad, but, Jesus says to us, you know how many times you've been given an opportunity to gladden yourself and how many times you've turned away from that? This is every time we come together, we have that same opportunity to join in that beautiful place. And let's take advantage of it. Yes, thank you for listening on the radio, and thank you for coming in when you heard us. And you are welcome every time, Danny. And if you don't have our schedule, I'll put the link in the chat. And please,
I have the schedule. I
okay,
mean, it's in
good.
the
Yeah.
website.
It's on the website. Okay, thank you. I'm thinking that maybe Charles may not, and uh, anybody else who might want to. It's acimgather.us. Did I not put that in there right? Probably not. I'm visually impaired. So anyway, if you go to our website, is acimgather.us, you will find the schedule. And there's new program too, or not a new program, but a new posting I put up of our readings of Joel Goldsmith on Friday. Every Friday we have a meeting that we read Joel Goldsmith, and we don't put it on YouTube because we keep it kind of a private meeting. But we have now out on our website, you can go and listen to all of them. So I'm so proud of myself. I figured out how to do it. Anyway, Charles, please go ahead. Yes, yes, you can hear it in New Zealand. Anywhere you got the,
Okay.
yeah,
Excellent. There we go.
yeah, there we go.
Thank you. Thank you. Thank you for that share. I love it when you went back the second time with an open mind to the gentleman there. And it was an opening for love to enter into that and to share in that love with that gentleman. Wow. That's really touching. And it really, really touches me deep about the impersonal way of being, not taking personal the rejection from before, but keeping your mind open for love to enter in. Because the ego operates on a personal, we take things personal. As soon as we become personal with things, that's the ego's invitation into guilt and shame. God deals with impersonal. And God says, okay, when you release that personal attachment and become impersonal with it, then God's love can enter in and the Holy Spirit can enter in. But while we live a personal life with personal interests, then we shut God out. We shut out the Holy Spirit because God's way is a shared way and the personal way is a very self-centered, egotistical, selfish idea of how we think God is and what is right and what is wrong. Where God says is, it might not be good for you, but what's not good for you is a way of creating love to open up for others to enter into that. As I was talking to you earlier before, as you're sharing your feelings of things that aren't good for you, and how we can really examine our own lives and feel love entering in for you and for everyone else. You know, you open our hearts, you tug at our heartstrings, and I feel God's love answering in my heart for the sharing. Because when I'm dealing with the personal lives in my life, and they are personal, they are egotistical, then I realize if I feel I'm getting insulted or feel put off by something, then I'm really asking the Holy Spirit to help me. You know, I put a call for love out because I'm blocking the openness for God's love to enter into it. And so this is when I hear stories like that, and I feel so encouraged for myself as well to keep an open mind and an open heart. Because I close off easily when I feel offended or, or if I offend somebody, then I take it personally, you know. So I'm not above all that, but I'm sure thankful I can witness to people who have the courage to let go of the personal. You know. Anyways, thank you.
Uh,
Complete.
Thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you, Charles. Wow. Absolutely, absolutely. And this is what we're here for. We're here to be examples for each other. This is our support group, actually. This is a miracle worker support group. We get together to help and to remind ourselves and each other of the things that we do and we need to do, and how the mistakes that we make, and oh, it's okay, we're all in the same boat, right? We're all here together. So I appreciate you coming in and sharing all that. And Danny, you know I just love it. I love it. And we're all what would you call it, chronologically impaired. Most of us are up in that place, but this is it. Yeah, and Mickey says I call gather my own personal confessional group booth. Yes, exactly. Because you can say anything to anybody here because we're all the same. We're all the same. And what a gift that is to me, for sure.
Mhm.
Rafi, please go ahead.
Yeah, in regards to that piece of cake, is it the body that wants the piece of cake or the mind that wants the piece of cake? The body doesn't know what cake is. Is it the body that wants approval? Is it the body that wants control? Is it the body that wants security? No, that's all going on in the mind. And then who are we that we can stand back and watch this ego mind jump through those hoops? No, it's not us, and release all those feelings, so we get quiet and be the quiet that we really are. I mean, the more I simplify it this way, more powerful. Just wanted to share that. Thank you.
Thank you, Rafi. Yeah, and that's it. It's simple, simple, simple. Who's in charge here? Who's in charge here? And I have done, of course, because I've been living here in this world and have had every kind of crazy thought in my mind as possible. But I have done where one time I was at a conference, Course in Miracles conference, and if you ever attended any of those, the ones that were put on by Tony Ponticello and the Community Miracle Center, he always made sure that they put you up in a pretty nice, interesting hotel, nice hotel, whatever, and then they always have these wonderful meals. So it's like you get your lunch and your supper, your dinner, and they always have these wonderful, like all this incredibly delicious food, and these tables full of desserts that are just beautiful. And so you go and you get your food and everything. And I found myself, I was in that place where I was thinking, I just can't have another, I love this piece of chocolate cake, right? It was so delicious, and but I really can't have another one, but I wish I could. And so later in my room, I was thinking, gee, I wish I would have, kept a piece of that cake and brought it, with me, because that's kind of, that's my fat girl mentality there. And I realized, what is it about that cake, and I sat and I contemplated, and I went back into my memory of eating the cake. And as I went through the memory of the eating of the cake, I went through the memory of every part of it, the texture of it, the way that it tastes, the way that, I just relived eating that piece of cake, because really, where was I eating that piece of cake? The body, yes, was, getting, but the mind was really the one that was enjoying the cake, that was eating the cake, that was feeling the textures, that was all my description to myself, all the story I was telling myself about this cake was all just coming up, and I realized, I didn't need another piece of that cake, because I already had a piece of that cake. um, and the only reason that I don't do that every day is because I'm lazy, and I can always get a piece of cake. But if I was not, if I really, and I always say I'm lazy, and people get on me for saying that. Really, honestly, be honest with yourself. If you were, if we were fully concentrating on this Course in Miracles, and fully concentrating on practicing forgiveness and being miracle workers, we wouldn't be here having this conversation. Obviously, none of us are capable of full concentration on anything, but you can do it. And Dove says, yeah, the ego always likes more. It's all about, what I think is good, what I think is makes me happy. I think it's making me happy. But of course, later, after you ate 12 pieces of cake, you're not happy anymore. You're not well, or you're angry at yourself, or you're going through all, it's the mind is the one that has to be healed. Never the body or relationship with it. And I have a workshop that Ken did a long time ago on overeating. He was talking with a bunch of ladies, um, about overeating, and the ladies were telling him all about their problems. Of course, Ken was skinny as a rail. He did not understand that focus, but he was with Helen for a long time, and he's called Helen the skinniest fat woman I ever saw, because she was just the same way. She was very uh, anal retentive about her eating, all that kind of stuff, really paying attention to things, really thinking that they had a meaning to her. I mean, this is typical of the human experience. And so, it's not up to us to condemn ourselves for having those thoughts and ideas. It's up to us to actually allow our minds to be healed. Go take it to the Holy Spirit, and allow my mind to be healed from this belief that I'm a body, this belief that I'm something outside of heaven, this belief that I'm something that is not holy. And, I always think too about one of my favorite television, I like to watch cooking shows. Gee, imagine that. Uh, so watch people cook and eat. Anyway, uh, um, but when this lady Nigella, what was her last name? Anyway, her name was Nigella, and she's still around. She's British, and her mother, she grew up in the '60s, and her mother was, the epitome of the '60s it girl kind of. She had the beehive and the skinny body, and and smoked cigarettes, and just that sophisticated '60s lady. And she was always so very careful about everything that she ate, because she didn't want to gain weight. And then she developed cancer. I believe it was breast cancer she developed. And one of the first things that she said when they said, "You have cancer and you're going to die," she said, "Good, I can eat anything I want. I can eat anything I want." And when I heard her say that, it just struck something in me that I was kind of inconsolable about it, realizing, yeah, if they told me today, hey, you're going to be dead next week, I would be eating every piece of cake. I would be going everywhere. I would be doing everything. I would be trying to have an experience. Where was that experience when it was offered to me in the first place? How many of these experiences did I reject because I didn't think they were worthy or I didn't think that they were good? How much of this, and again, you ask, why do we keep coming back and living these lives of, all this, strive and struggle and all that? Because we never really eat the cake. We never really ate the cake. If we really ate the cake, we'd never want another piece of cake because we'd already eaten the cake. But we don't do it that way. We eat the cake thinking about when I'm going to eat cake later, or oh, this cake is almost gone, or I shouldn't have eaten all this cake. Whatever it is, we're not eating the cake. We're not experiencing the cake. We're experiencing our experience of ourselves experiencing the cake and going off to into the crazy mind. All right, see you later, Bob. We'll be back tonight for A Course of Love with Rodrigo and Booty. So don't forget that. Mickey, please go ahead.
So that story about Nigella's mom that you just told reminded me about an experience I had about 10 years ago. Before I moved into this condo, I had a house. It was considerably bigger than this, and I had been living in it for 16 years. And there were some things that needed to be fixed up before I could sell it. And the gal that was my real estate agent said, you need to stage this house, and I'm going to comp you this gal that I work with, and she's going to come in and tell you what needs to be changed in your house in order for us to get top dollar for this. And oh my God, she did. Um, but she came in, and aside, the real estate agent told me about the structural things. You got to get some gutters on these things, and you have to repair this and that. But the gal that did the staging came in, and she went room by room and gave me a list of, you got to get rid of this, you got to get rid of that, you got to clean up your bookshelves, you got to, get all these papers off the. I don't want anything on a surface that isn't decorative and meant to be there. I mean, she went through it and made it like something out of Better Homes and Gardens. I mean, they could have, by the time we were done, they could have come in for a photo shoot from a magazine. And, there, and I spruced up a few, got a couple of new carpets. And we got done with all of this. And I lived in that beautiful house for about maybe a month before it sold within 48 hours at way more than I was asking. And I looked back, in the month that I had before we closed, and I was like, son of a biscuit, I could have done this like 10 years ago and lived in this gorgeous house for, and now I only get 30 days in it. And that's the same thing as like, oh great, now I can eat anything I want. And I was like, I am never going to live in a place or be a person or have my life be any less than what I really want it to be ever again. Like I am not going to deny buying any, I'm not going to put off getting what I want, being who I want, living a great life ever again, unless I flat out can't afford it. But I, we do these things. We deny ourselves, we put things off, we, and why? When we could be living and now it's mainly spiritually, like I am not going to, this is why I'm here almost every day, because I want to right now live a spiritually beautiful life. I don't care as much about my physical environment as I used to. I don't care about my body as much as I used to. I want to live a spiritually beautiful life. I'm not going to put this off anymore, because we keep putting off what's going to fulfill us. And that was just that that metaphor of, like being in my house and having it be beautiful was a great metaphor for me to just stop it already, stop denying. So thanks for reminding me of that, Lynn. That was a great reminder. Thanks.
That's a beautiful story, Mickey, and just so perfect. Yeah, wh- why wait for heaven? Why wait for heaven? It's here and now. So yeah, I agree with you. Stop. Yeah, I mean that sounds like sage advice, never put off and all that business, but it's true. Enjoy your life. Have the thing you want now. I always think about that too. Why fix up a house for somebody else? If I if I'm not going to live in it, why would I do that? Excuse me. It's like, you say, when I die, if you didn't come see me when I was alive, don't come see me when I'm dead. Take advantage of what you got now. It's the only thing. Charles, please go ahead. You're muted.
Am I unmuted now? Okay.
Yes. Yeah.
It touched my heart when it talks about your house selling after all this quality was given to the house. And one of my meditations I do a lot in my daily thing is filling the space around me with love and wondrous feelings. Not that I see that in my place, but that's what I want to fill my space with in order to have that experience enter into the space I'm in. And so I got invited out here to uh, my niece's place, and she lives in this beautiful home, wonderful furniture, and a beautiful space, lovely country, and horses out back. And we saw a big owl last night in the tree, and I'm going back to my own place in about a week and a half. But if I'm filling my space with love and wondrous and interesting relationships that I would desire to fill my spaces with, then the universe will invite me to areas in my life where I can experience that. And I'm realizing that it's not changing my place to be more wonderful and bright and beautiful, but I'm inviting the experiences of that in my life. And I'm open to however that experience may turn up. So it's been a real miracle for me in the past little while that I've actually experienced all the things that I've been desiring for in my space, but my space is still the same space as it was before. It's just that I've invited other experiences into my life that sort of surprised me and delighted. And so I'll keep doing that. I'm going back to my old place, but I'll still meditate and fill my space full of wondrous and adventurous ways of seeing things anew again. Because when I'm in a place for a long time, I have mental patterns of memories and they get to be old after a while. Okay. I sort of ignore them after a while. And one of the book, I think it was Edgar Hicks, who says, have a book of appreciation and keep writing down things that you truly appreciate, little small things, and watch that attract other things in your life to appreciate. But it's not about stuff, it's about mindset. And I'm realizing it's not about stuff, it's about mindset. So thank you for that because your mindset added value to that place and you just loved it. You just fell in love, you know, with that beautiful mindset. And I really feel the desire to have that strong mindset is something we all desire in our lives. Thank you so much. I'm complete.
Thank you, Charles. Yes, thank you so much. And it is about, I mean, if you see my environment where I am right now, this is not a background. That's just this is my little shrine or this is where I come to meditate. This is a place that I find great peace. And you notice, the walls are blue. We paint our house. Our living room is uh, it's yellow and a kind of a goldy yellow and green and melon, and we have all these beautiful colors because I love color. I'm a big color nut, and people will come and say, "You can't sell this house." I'm thinking, sell this out. You're going to have to paint all these walls white. This all has to be white or, neutral color. It has to be a neutral color. I cannot live in a neutral color. I can't live in a neutral color. I mean, I can exist in a hotel room, but that is not my home. My home is bright and colorful and has things everywhere. Everywhere you look, there's something. And you might think, well, that's not very peaceful, but it really is because it's just beauty everywhere. Not saying I have the greatest house in the world and, it would, be in Better Homes and Gardens. It would not be in Better Homes and Gardens. It would be in What Kind of Weirdo Lives Here. But that's that's me. That's what I have. But that's me, that we are what we are, we are what we are, and just be grateful that we have these opportunity to live this beautiful life. I'm going to play a song. Let me see. And it's a song that I don't think anybody's going to have a problem with as far as your, what you call it, uh, copywriting. If I can find it. And I might just have to play it. I'll just play the song. I won't look for a video of it.
I mean, I was going to ask you also, the group probably would love One Power that, that Glorian had put out the other day.
Oh yeah, yeah.
That song put me in the whole weekend. I was playing it in with my AirPods.
Oh, that's
One Power.
what. Yeah,
That's just a suggestion.
that was a
Whatever you want to.
yeah. No, I'm gonna play. This is a song that we all know and love from the olden days. And I don't even know the guy's name who sings it, so there we go. But
What's it called, Lynn?
it's called I Am Holy. And let me, if I can find it. I said go look, not holy now, not holy now, just plain holy. There we go. And I'll show you. I'll show you the guy's name when I get it up. Or well, I just needed to put that in my. Okay. All right, stop that. And this is how I don't know who it is that sings it. Uh, because their name is, let's see, how do I do this? Properties, maybe there. All right, this is how it's listed. So if you can find this somewhere, there's my chat. All right, there, I put it in the chat. And you might be able to YouTube it, I don't know. But here we go. With this beautiful song.
fly like a river, flow with the ocean, fly on the wind that blows through the winter, dream about love, believe in your dream.
Yeah, it's disgusting. That's why I'm concerned. I don't want this place to look like they're gonna act that way. I don't want
Of
like
love.
them
Close
to
your eyes and feel the wind that is blowing. Open up your hands and sing. I am holy. I am open to see flowers blooming. I am here to live this life.
I just love that beautiful song. And yes, that is, as Danny had found us the website, Nathaniel Goldberg, Nathaniel Goldberg, or Nathaniel Goldberg. And there's the YouTube video I posted there. So yeah, what beautiful music.
Thank you. I just bought his album, and it is one of the songs in the album. It says "The River of Light," and when I saw this, I was so grateful because the River of Light came in my life many times, and in Hebrew actually, and he's also singing in Hebrew. It says Nahar Shel On, Nahar Shel Or, Nahar Shel Ahava, a river of light, a river of On means strength, and river of love. It's all connected. It's all one. Thank you.
Thank you. Yes, and so beautiful. And thank you for that, the River of Light. And it is actually time for Wayne. So I'm actually going to go ahead and close this out. If I had that song, let me see if I can find it.
Thank
Uh,
you. Thank you for mentioning that. Thank you.
Yeah, because now that how many years ago did somebody send me this song? And I never actually knew who played it because I didn't understand the language it was written on. But now, of course, we have this wonderful internet that can find you anything. So I'm really pleased to this. So we will dig deeper in here because yeah, this guy's phenomenal. I love it. All right, you guys, I'm going to go ahead and close this one out.
I think I found it.
Oh, good. Yeah. So, you have it on YouTube?
It's on SoundCloud. I'll give it to you right now. I'll give you the link. Maybe Reverend Wayne will say, yes, play it. That's it.
Okay.
River of Light.
Yes, play it.
Yes, play it, he said.
Thank you, Reverend Wayne. Thank
That's
you.
the man. Yes, play it. Let's see. Do I still have the share up of the sound? I do have the still have the share up of the sound. Sign in or whatever, or just okay. Oh, I have them. Oh, I have an account on this. Surprise, surprise. All right. Did not know that. It's been a while. Oh, now it wants me to reset my pack. All right. If you have it, you can play it. You want to put it on and play it? Because I have to go through getting a new password on SoundCloud. Let me see. Let me just see if I can do this without too much more interruption. Up.
How do I get to do this?
All right, don't worry about it. I got it.
Got it? Okay. Got it.
Let's see. Why is it saying? Oh, I see. All right. Just a second. You know what? Forget this. forget this part because now they're locking me up, so I can't do anything.
Ozzy just said in the chat that she can share it.
Thank you, Oddsy. I will let go. Yeah, I didn't know I even had a SoundCloud. So there we go. There we go. Good for you, my friend. Did you share the sound? Yeah. She's better at this. You have to push play. Ah, the obvious.
Am I playing it?
No, Oddsy's playing it.
Oh, Ozzy. Okay, very good. Very good. Thank you.
But I don't hear any sound. Very, very, very low. Maybe you need to turn it up. Oddsy, we're not hearing it.
Well, I've got it all the way up, so I don't know if it's
You
just
sure?
really